waiting for something else to come, you know. Are you following? Okay, do we have his chart? Mo, is this you?
Yeah.
Okay, what's he have Marna Karkastana?
That's Ketu and Jupiter.
Oh, you got Ketu there too.
Ketu is in the second house, not there.
Yeah. Ketu in the second.
Yeah. Tough one. So what's going to be our remedy for that Jupiter? Marna Karka Jupiter.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Parashwaraya, Om Jusa.
Yeah. So now there's two different ways to do the mantra. Both begin Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Lingam is Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. If we're doing it for Atmakarika or just to activate a house, it's Namo, Om Namah Shivaya, Namo, Om Kareshwaraya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Namo Om Kareshwaraya.
Wait a minute.
What is this for?
What's the mantra to worship?
For what?
The Shiva Lingam. Well, there's 12 now, remember?
We're talking about Jupiter Marakasthana.
Yeah. Well, we're just talking about Jupiter Marna Karkastana, and there's two different mantras. And then I'm saying there's two different ways to make the mantra. The first way, which is just the general way, is Om Namah Shivaya, Namo, Om Kareshwaraya. That's the normal way to say the mantra. But for Marna Karkastana, we change it slightly. And it becomes Om Namah Shivaya, Om Kareshwaraya, Hom, H-A-U-M, H-A-U Anuswar, Jum, J-U Anuswar, and Saha, S-A Visarga, or H with the dot underneath.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Kareshwaraya,
Hom Jum Sa.
Om Jums.
What is it?
I've been doing this actually.
This one.
5 mile a day, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you to do.
I started it.
Have you felt a little difference? You should feel...
I haven't really, to tell you the truth. Having worse dreams though. That's like the main
Worse dreams, huh?
yeah.
What's the association? So it's opposite the 9th house. Well, something's getting done though.
Is it just like a clearing of, if you're having, say, bad dreams, it's just a clearing of the karmas out? Or?
Man, I've been seeing a lot of random people. I've been talking to people in my dreams. Oh man, it's been pretty crazy actually.
Yeah, doing stuff you normally wouldn't do.
No, I don't think so. Just, I mean, my dad died last year. I've been talking to him.
Yeah.
I've been talking to relatives in England.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking to people. Just random
That's the
people.
communication.
Yeah, it's pretty
Jupiter there.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dreams have been strange.
Well, keep a record.
Yeah.
So,
And how many times do you do the mantra?
it's going to depend. Generally, we're giving this if a person is having a problem in that area. If it's the dasha and it's a really severe problem, then we're going to have the person do a number of rounds, generally relative to the house, to get to that house. Which, if it's the 11th house, maybe they can't do 11 rounds, so it's not going to be possible.
Okay.
So go 2 rounds, at least hit the second house, which is similar, something along that line. If it's a general indication that's not standing out and it needs immediate shift, then the person only needs to say it a few times as they offer water to a Shiva Lingam. So for example, we can all look at our chart now and know which Jyotir Lingam is going to help us understand why we were created. On Mondays, if we have a Shiva Lingam, we can pour a little water over it and say that mantra
On Mondays.
on Mondays. Mondays is your Shiva Lingam worship day in general. You pour some water over it, you say the mantra a few times. We're just, we're activating that energy to come into our life. We're not trying to make major changes right now. Otherwise, it'll be standard rules for how many rounds. Okay.
Okay, but how about timing? So you're talking about number of rounds, but how many days? I know.
If you're trying to make a shift, generally 40 is your rule.
Okay.
General rules.
But anytime you'd be doing it, wouldn't you want to be making a shift? As a general rule?
I
Because
go
people
all
are coming to you for problems.
Yeah, I go all the time, and pour water over Shiva Lingam saying, just one or two mantras. What happens is when you pour water over Shiva Lingam saying a mantra and you start doing that regularly, what starts to happen is that mantra doesn't leave you. It just keeps going in the head. It kind of, you've almost cemented it to yourself in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going naturally. It'll keep coming to the person.
So if you're doing a number of different mantras, you could have quite a few floating around. I mean, that would be normal though, right?
In general though, like as astrologers, we're doing lots of mantras. Because we got to get perfection of all these different mantras.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have perfection because how else can we help someone else?
Right.
But then we have someone, come and we look and maybe they need 10 mantras for their chart. But what's the main issue that they're working on right now in their life?
Mm-hmm.
If it's health, if it's primarily, if love is the problem, then all the mantras redirect to Upapada. If health is the problem, then let's take the mantras and let's work on health. Let's get health okay, and then work on another issue. So we got to pick our area that we want to work on. We don't want to over stimulate your average person. As astrologers, yes, we're getting overstimulated with mantras, but that's our reality. We need mantras bouncing everywhere. So all of a sudden we see somebody, we're looking at a chart, all of a sudden this mantra just starts getting really loud in our head. It's like, okay, I need to give the person this. But if you're not doing all these mantras, where's the mantra going to come from? So for the average person, you don't give them too many. You give them what they need. Okay. So if you saw what we did, we took the name of the Shiva Lingam. Everybody wrote down the names of the Shiva Lingams that were in that chart. Mm-hmm. And we add Aya onto the end. So Om Namah Shivaya, Namo Rameshwaraya. So for Rameshwar Shiva Lingam, it's Om Namo Rameshwaraya. Nageshwar, Nageshwaraya.
Why is Mahakala shortened?
So Mahakala is as I was going to get to is the only one. It's shortened, instead of saying Mahakaleshwaraya, it's just shortened to Kaleshwaraya. Basically the same, yeah. It's meter in general.
Oh, for the meter.
Yeah. If you go to India, it's called the Mahakala Shiva Lingam, but these names come from from Adi Shankara's Dwadasha Jyotir Lingam Stotra. And there, for the chanting purposes, it's shortened to Kaleshwaraya.
What about like Vedianath? How do you do that?
Vedianathaya. Yeah. The only one that's a bit long is the Om Kareshwaraya. Otherwise, they all are pretty. Yeah. But it has a little bit more of a flow when you sing it.
But Mahakala, you can make it Kaleshwaraya.
Kaleshwaraya, yeah. It won't hurt you if you don't shorten it. But it'll flow better if you do. If for some reason in the mantra chakras that we worked on just the Kula Kula chakra last time, where you looked at the letter and you saw what the element was, and you correlate it with the name, you can look and see, is K going to be better, is M going to be better? If K does not work for the person, then add the Maha, leave the Maha there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I think we got the Jyotir Lingams covered. Which I
Was
want.
Kaleshwaraya or
Om Namah Shivaya Kaleshwaraya Hom Junsa. Sound good? So we understand these Shiva Lingams? Key, aren't they?
Well, see, this is great because it means there's always a remedy for everybody's chart.
There's always a remedy. You can always help at some level.
Right.
And if you can't, so if you can't figure out why they're poor, at least, activate their 11th house.
You can't go wrong.
You'll make, gains will be coming in, so. Okay. So we're going to do houses from Maruta Lagna. We'll take a little break first. I'm just thinking if there's anything else I wanted to go over. No, let's take a small break.